from Country Diggers here. Today I'm going to do a video on the history of tree panning, which means drilling a hole in the head, okay? It's from the Strange History book, so I'll be reading out of that. And this, I'll probably be doing more silly, weird, strange history videos, interesting history, whatever, in the coming months in the winter, because it's hunting season and I can't get out in my dumps as much, and it's going to be cold, so we'll probably do more history videos, so stay tuned. A hole in the head. Ever hear of tree panning? It involves boring a hole into the human skull for medical purposes. The practice goes way back. Archaeologists have discovered Neanderthal skulls with nickel-sized holes in them. During the Middle Ages, tree panning was used to release demons that people believed were the cause of mental illness. But then it fell out of favor as medical knowledge increased. That is until the groovy 1960s. A Dutch self-help guru named Bart Hughes tried to spearhead a modern-day tree panning comeback. His purpose? To expand his consciousness and increase his brain power. If you ask me, it just decreased he already had decreased brain power. So in 1965, Hughes, using a surgical drill, performed the procedure on himself and then stitched up the skin over the borehole himself. After bragging to reporters that he felt much better, Hughes was committed to a mental institution for observation. Although his efforts didn't lead to a modern tree panning movement, he did gain a few followers who were just as weird as he was. Their story is on the next page. More holes and more heads. In the 1960s, an English painter and Bart Hughes' fan named Joey Mellon wanted a hole drilled in his head too, believing it would get him permanently high. His girlfriend, Amanda Fielding, claimed that she had successfully tree panned herself. Afterward, she experienced euphoric highs. The first time Fielding tried to drill into Mellon's head, the hole wasn't deep enough. Then she botched the second attempt and Mellon lost a lot of blood, enough to require medical attention. After recovering in the hospital under psychiatric watch, Mellon went home and drilled the hole himself. When he heard what he later called an anonymous sounding slurp and the sound of bubbling, he knew he had successfully bored through his skull, but unsuccessfully drilled into his own brain. Mellon survived, though, and the couple later had 2 children. Rock Basil Hugo Fielding Mellon, born 1979, and Cosmo Bertie Fielding Mellon, born 1985. So you can add weird baby names to the side effects of tree panning. And if you're a Hollywood star too. But here's what Dizzy Dean, a baseball player, quoted, just a side note. "The doctors x-rayed my head and found nothing." And it was quoted by Dizzy Dean, a baseball player. Well, hope y'all enjoyed that little story, and I'll see you next time. Bye.